touch. It's one of the earliest forms of communication between a newborn and parent. But can too much of the basic sensory experience perhaps be bad for a premature infant? Medical reporter Jenny Burleson tells us about a University of Alabama researcher's effort to answer that question in tonight's 13 in Your Health.
5-day-old Luke Morrison is getting his start in life a little sooner than planned. Born 2 months early, he weighs less than 3.5 pounds. Parents Angie and Randy want to touch their baby, but they don't want to overdo it.
At this point, no. I don't think it would be good for him.
And they may be right. Medical experts now have some indications that touch, which helps full-term babies thrive, might not be the best thing for premature infants. The stimulation may cause their oxygen levels to drop and increase the risk of brain hemorrhage. Some hospital nurseries have even begun restricting the handling of such babies. But Dr. Linda Harrison believes more information is needed before policies are made.
We don't want to restrict contact that may be very important and helpful if that really indeed doesn't harm the babies in any way.
Dr. Harrison will study interaction between dozens of premature babies and their parents for a study funded by the National Institutes of Health. She wants to videotape parental visits and closely monitor the baby's heart and respiration rates before, during, and after the visits.
We need to study and learn exactly what is too much stimulation, and also learn positive kinds of stimulation as well as stimulation that may be harmful.
The 2.5-year study should help hospitals establish some uniform guidelines on how much time parents of premature babies are allowed to spend with those babies. But for now, most hospitals will continue to try and let parents of babies such as Luke spend as much time with them as possible. Jenny Burleson, Channel 13 News.
I can see the results of that study when they get completed.
Speaking as a parent, it's tough to keep your hands off of them.
Well, that's the truth.
AEA's board of directors will assume office after the January election. AEA boasts a membership of 63,000 here in Alabama. Well, as most parents know, the first few days in an infant's life can be crucial to his overall survival, and those early days are especially critical for premature babies. To improve the care and treatment of those high-risk babies, a new research project is getting underway in Tuscaloosa. It's a joint effort involving the University of Alabama Capstone School of Nursing and DCH Regional Medical Center. Philip Coleman reports.
What could be better for a baby than his parents' kind, loving touch? But can a baby get too much of a good thing? There's some concern that might be true regarding the touching and caressing of newborn premature babies, those that are just a few days old. Premature babies just days old are extra sensitive to stimulation, and that has raised questions. Questions like, can a lot of touching overstimulate the premature baby and possibly be harmful, like causing respiratory problems, for example? Or, on the other hand, is a lot of touching helpful? The answer to those questions aren't known for sure, and that's why a new research project has gotten underway here at DCH Regional Medical Center.
We know that some of the procedures that nurses and doctors need to do to care for the babies may have some adverse effects on the baby's respirations and lowering their oxygen levels, but we don't know that that is also true for the kinds of touch and interaction that parents would provide. There's already been research done on older premature babies a few weeks old, and that research showed that touching and caressing is indeed very good for those babies. What makes Dr. Harrison's research different is that it will be the first study of touching premature babies that are only a few days old. What I'll be doing is videotaping parents during the first 2 weeks of a preterm baby's life when they come to visit their babies in the nursery. And at the same time, I'll have a computer that hooks into the monitors which are already in place to monitor the baby's heart rate and respiratory rate and oxygen level, so that I can see over time if there are changes in those different measurements from before, during, and after the parent visit. The research will involve some 40 different families and will take about 2 years to finish. And when it's completed, it's hoped we'll have a better understanding of the mysteries of the human touch. I'm Philip Coleman, 33 Eyewitness News.
Well, Eyewitness News conducted a people's poll last night on the Iraq